The Crusaders surged through the broken gate, a tide of iron and fury. Screams filled the air, sharp and desperate. The defenders, outnumbered, fought with the courage of the damned. Blood slicked the cobblestones, reflecting the inferno that engulfed the city.
Breathing heavily, was this God's work? Was this righteous?
Robert, a young knight, waded through the carnage, his heart pounding a war drum in his chest. He swung his sword, each blow a mechanical act devoid of joy. The world narrowed to the clang of steel, the guttural cries, the stench of death.
Voice trembling. He couldn't butcher them in cold blood. He couldn't be that monster.
He stumbled upon a scene that pierced through the fog of war. A family huddled in a doorway, eyes wide with terror. A woman shielded her children, her body trembling. Robert hesitated. He'd been taught to show no mercy, to crush resistance, yet the raw fear in their eyes mirrored his own hidden terror. He remembered his oath, not just to his king and God, but to protect the innocent.
Whispering to children, "Stay close, stay quiet."
Whimpering, "Mommy, I'm scared."
Robert couldn't ignore the turmoil within him. Doubt gnawed at him. Was this God's work? He pushed the questions down, focusing on survival.
Horse, go on.
The woman stared at him, disbelief etched on her face. He gestured urgently towards the alleyway behind them. She understood. Gathering her children, she fled, disappearing into the labyrinthine streets.
Urgent. Come on, quickly.
Robert turned back to the carnage, his stomach churning. He'd made a choice. Defiance or mercy, he wasn't sure, but he'd chosen. He rejoined the fray, his movements sharper, fueled by a new resolve. He fought to protect, not to conquer. He fought for the memory of the woman's terrified eyes, for the flicker of hope he'd seen. He fought for his own soul, teetering on the precipice of despair.
Determined. For the innocent, for my soul.
Across the blood-soaked square, Imad, a seasoned warrior, rallied his men. They were few, their strength dwindling, but their spirit, fueled by faith and the love for their land, remained unbroken.
Roaring, for our homes, for our families, for our faith, fight!
And fight they did with the ferocity of cornered wolves. They parried blows, countered attacks, their movements honed by years of training. They fought for every inch, knowing this might be their final stand. They fought for their sultan, for their city, for the very soul of their civilization. They fought knowing that history would remember their courage.
Determined, we fight for our very existence.
Robert, caught in the whirlwind of battle, found himself face to face with Imad. Their eyes met, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. They were enemies, locked in a deadly struggle. Yet in that fleeting moment they were also warriors, bound by the grim reality of combat.
Respectful. You fight well, Crusader.
Respect flickered in Imad's gaze, a grudging admiration for the young knight's skill. Robert saw not a monster but a man defending his home. Their duel was a dance of death, each move measured, each parry precise. Steel clashed, sparks flew.
Regretful, this man deserves a better end.
Robert felt a pang of regret. This man, this warrior, deserved a better end. But war offered no such courtesies, only victory or death.